I used to wait for someone to come, someone to notice. I was drowning, someone to pull me from the fire, hold my hand, and tell me it would all be okay. But no one came. And that's when I learned one of life's hardest truths. No one is coming to save you. There's no cavalry, no hero with a shining sword, no magic hand reaching down to lift you from the pit. The world will watch you struggle. It will watch you fall. It will watch you gasp for air. And sometimes it will look away. And that's the moment you either die in the darkness or you become your own light. I was my own rescue. Not because I wanted to be. Not because I thought I was strong enough. But because there was no other choice. I wiped my own tears. I stitched my own wounds. I dragged myself out of the quicksand while my lungs burned and my muscles screamed. I fought battles no one will ever know about, and I won wars that no one will ever celebrate. But I don't need applause. I don't need witnesses, because I know the truth. And the truth is, I survived because of me. People romanticize the idea of being saved. They wait for the right person, the right moment, the right opportunity to fix everything. But here's the reality. When you're lying broken on the floor, the only person who can pick you up is you. I became my own savior, not out of pride, but out of necessity. And when you learn to save yourself, you become untouchable, because you stop looking for permission. You stop asking for help from people who don't care. You stop begging for someone else to hand you the key to your own cage. You take the key, you break the lock, and you walk out on your own. There were days I hated it. Days I screamed into the void asking, why me? Days I cursed the world for making me fight alone. But now I see it differently. Saving myself wasn't a punishment. It was the training ground. It was the forge that turned me from fragile glass into unbreakable steel. When you've had to be your own savior, you stop needing rescuing. And that is the most dangerous power of all. You see, people expect you to be dependent. They expect you to need them. They expect you to stay small enough to fit in the palm of their hand. But when you've learned to survive alone, you don't just grow, you evolve. You learn to walk through storms without flinching. You learn to bleed without crying. You learn that silence can be louder than any scream. I wasn't saved, and thank God for that. Because if someone had saved me, I would have never learned what I was capable of. I know what it's like to stare into the dark and realize no one's coming. I know the weight of having to pull yourself out of the pit while the world keeps spinning, oblivious. And I also know the moment when the pain starts to turn into power. It doesn't happen all at once. It's slow, it's quiet. But one day you wake up and realize you've stopped waiting for help because you don't need it anymore. Saving myself taught me this. If you want freedom, stop waiting for someone to hand it to you. If you want peace, stop expecting someone else to build it for you. If you want strength, stop looking for it in other people's eyes. Everything you need is already inside you, but you won't find it until you're forced to. And when you do, you'll realize the most reliable hero you'll ever have is the one staring back at you in the mirror. Now, when I walk into a room, I don't carry the energy of someone who needs saving. I carry the energy of someone who has already been through hell and made it out alone. I don't beg for kindness. I don't plead for love. I don't bend for acceptance, because I know my worth, and I built it myself. To anyone listening to this, if you're in that pit right now, if you're on your knees wondering when help will arrive, hear me. No one is coming. And that's not the end of your story. That's the beginning. Because the moment you stop waiting, you start acting. And the moment you start acting, you start winning. Don't wait for someone to save you. Save yourself. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now, when people ask me who saved me, I tell them the truth. It wasn't a friend. It wasn't a lover. It wasn't luck. It was me, bleeding, broken, exhausted, but relentless. I was my own lifeline, my own anchor, my own last chance, and I will never apologize for that. I wasn't saved. I saved myself, and in doing so, I became something stronger than a survivor. I became my own damn hero, and that's a title no one can take away from me.